Hello, Sheridan. Please tell people about your movie Little Brother.
Well, it is a road movie about two brothers who go on a road trip, and at the outset of the film, one of them has attempted suicide. So it's a drama comedy film about family and mental health, and hopefully full of laughs, but also kind of like catharsis as well.
Cool, cool. And you said drama comedy. You said an array of emotions. But let's say someone's, this is a weird hypothetical, but let's say someone's corners you and they say, what is the predominant emotion in this film? What do you say?
I think if I had to say the predominant emotion, it's a drama.
Yeah.
It's definitely a drama.
Okay. And please tell people about your two central actors.
Yeah. So Philip Ettinger plays Pete. He plays the older brother, the suicidal brother in the film. And he's a wonderful New York actor who I saw first in Paul Schrader's First Reformed, and he has a really amazing part in that opposite Ethan Hawke. And um, I knew just through that performance that he was kind of born to play Pete.
Hmm.
So I offered him the role and he said yes. And the co-lead in the film, the other co-lead in the film is Daniel Deemer. He's a Vancouver native who was in a pretty popular Netflix film called The Half of It.
Hmm.
Um, and Daniel's story into the film is a lot more interesting because at first glance, he plays the younger brother, but he's like 4 inches taller than Phil and probably weighs 30 pounds more than Phil. And so I don't think I imagined Jake in that way at first, but once I read him, um, it was so clear to me that like it was kind of a super interesting dynamic to have the younger brother be this kind of bigger guy, but also kind of like emotionally a bit of a teddy bear.
And give people a bit of the background of their characters' relationship with each other.
Yeah, so the characters are Jake and Pete, and they're kind of estranged brothers. Jake lives in Seattle, Washington, with his parents. Jake, one of the dad is played by J.K. Simmons, and the mom is played by Polly Draper. And Pete plays the older brother, as I said, and he lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he's living in the home of their grandmother who's recently passed away. So they're kind of estranged brothers at the start of the film. And once Pete attempts suicide in the beginning, their father recruits Jake, the younger brother, to go pick up Pete and drive him to Seattle, from Albuquerque to Seattle for a family intervention. So that the kind of course of the movie takes place over that drive.
And would you describe their relationship at first maybe as fractured?
Yes, definitely. Yeah,
They're
they
sort of
have.
polar opposites. There's kind of 180 different degrees of values.
Yeah, absolutely. They are diametrically opposed in a lot of ways. Um, but it's complicated as all family is. Like there's an undercurrent, I think, of love even when they get on each other's nerves. But in the very beginning, yes, they're definitely opposed.
Oh yes. And tell me about J.K. Simmons. What the heck was that like? What was he like to work with?
He was extraordinary. I remember when I met him, he we got lunch in Manhattan
Hmm.
and we just kind of shot, like, don't know if I could swear, but we
You're right.
we talked
Sure.
we talked about his family, my family. We didn't really talk about the part, and at the end he just said, I know this guy, and um if I do something you don't like, direct. He basically just gave me the authority as a first time filmmaker to really be the director, which was like such an amazing thing for him to do for me. And that's how he worked, was he's just he's a real actor, and he respects the process of making a film, and he respects the role of the director. And yeah, he was amazing.
That must have been a big weight off your shoulders.
It was, yeah. I think probably day one, I showed up with a bit of like, okay, how's this gonna go? And then it was about after take one that I was like, this is the greatest day of my life because you
Aw, that's
get,
nice.
well, because you get to sit back and someone as good as him is reading your dialogue. And I knew,
Yeah,
oh, this is easy. You stand back and you let him do the work because he knows what he's doing.
that's so cool. Wow, that's it's nice to hear sometimes that these people because they say don't meet your heroes, right? So
Yeah.
this now we know it's on the record. J.K. Simmons, you can meet. He's chill.
J.K. Simmons is more than chill, and I think with his body of work, you probably go into it thinking, "Oh, is he the guy from Whiplash?" But he's
Right.
but he's not. He's absolutely not. He is. Yeah. I'm sure it's varied from person to person, but in terms of JK, yeah, he's the real deal, and he's a very cool guy.
Very cool. Very cool. So would you say there's a sense of relief and recovery in this film? Do you think some audience members will feel that catharsis that you mentioned?
That's the hope.
Yeah.
That that's the aim. I think
Mhm.
that my favorite films involve a certain amount of catharsis, and I think that that is what uh stamps them onto my memory more than like dialogue or character or action or genre or concept or hook. The things that I remember are being moved by a film. It's the scenes where I'm deeply moved. And so I went into this trying to construct one of those films, trying to make a film like something I'd watch, something that would really make an emotional impact on you.
Very cool. If you were a rep theater owner and you had to do a double bill, program a double bill with Little Brother, what's the other movie?
We interesting. Uh,
You can just spit out a few as well.
I mean, if they're probably like too similar to do a double bill, but I think it would maybe be like Kelly Reichardt's Old Joy, or I would do maybe another like film that's like about a central relationship or a road movie.
Mhm.
Maybe Y tu mama también. Um, I had a filmmaker friend of mine compare this film to Five Easy Pieces, Bob
There you go.
Rafelson's film. So that one would be cool because I love those kind of like 70s American sort of messy human films. So maybe something in that world.
Cool. Okay, great. Well, I'm sure you can dwell on that for a while, but that'll be fine. So, what type of movie do you want to do next? Would you want to change the vibe?
Well, I just finished a documentary, so I
Ooh,
definitely changed the vibe.
yeah.
But the next scripted thing I'm writing is it's like a horror mystery drama. So there's
Hey,
still there's still a lot of like sort of similar themes that it's about family and things like that, but it's I wanted to try and sort of step into the world of genre. So that's what I'm working on right now.
all right. Well, lots of luck to you, Sheridan. Thank you so much for your time. Do you have a final thought you want to end this interview with?
No, just go out and watch the movie and support independent cinema. And thank you so much for having me, Michael. And yeah, just excited for people to see it.
All right. It was my pleasure. Have a nice day.
Thank you.